The Art of Feeling Good. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, the constant feel-good momentum is what causes things that we want to manifest. And this stuff should be taught in every school on the planet because this is really getting down to the power of the mind. Using our mind in a way that leverages all of those massive universal resources that go to work for us and orchestrate everything and deliver them to us in such a fine fashion. So much joy in the delivery of those things, so much taken care of for us. And of course, if you've gone through my book of life, you know how all that works, the creative process. So what is the power of feeling good? Well, feeling good momentum, and let me differentiate that, feeling good and feeling good momentum. So you can have a thought about something that feels good, and that's high vibration. But the real powerful stuff is the constant stream of high vibration. That's feeling good momentum. So as you go through your day and you go from one thing to the other, that you're carrying that feeling good, positive emotion as you go through, so you keep that momentum going. That's the stuff the law of attraction is really paying attention to. So you can see when you are feeling good, you get that momentum going. Then you got the key to get on the path. That's the ticket in the door. On the path, and then all those things you want, they're high vibration. So they're going to be coming along to you in your daily life. You're going to be receiving the details of that path that move you along to receiving. So the art of feeling good is an art you want to really know about, and you want to live it, because we are energy beings, and when we feel good, what's feel good? It's positive emotion. Look at this, all these positive emotions that you got to choose from. And then there's lots of negatives, and they're important too, because when you feel them, you know that you're out of alignment with your natural high vibration state. The vibration of your desires, the vibration of who you are and how life works. These negative emotions all tell you that when you're feeling them, the thoughts that you're thinking are out of alignment, and you want to get back into alignment. And positive emotion lets you know that you are in alignment. So when you are streaming that high vibration energy to the law of attraction, then what you want is coming back. And when you're streaming low vibration, what you don't want is coming back. So we want to feel good and learn how to be in that stream of feeling good energy all the time. So let's have a look at how we do that. So how do we fill our day with feeling good? Right around the clock, we want to be feeling good. That tells you right there that different techniques, that you do this in the morning, or you do this in the evening, or you do stop in the day and you do this. Sure, if you want to stir those into your day and they feel good, then that can be part of your recipe. But you've got roughly 16 hours of your day, and you want that to be streaming high vibration momentum, and that's that positive feeling, thought, energy. And let's look at where the thoughts that come into our mind in the run of a day. It could be thoughts about ourselves, about job or business, health, friends, other people, world events, our partner relationship, just the flow of our day, family, finances, travel, home, car, the past, things wanted, which are future coming, and just your general outlook on the future. These are things that come into our mind in the run of a day. Most days, all those things are part of our life and part of our thinking. And we want to get to the point where our thoughts about these things, all of these things, are feeling good. And that's not something that we really learn growing up. We learn faulty beliefs that actually have us thinking negative feeling thoughts, at least some of the time, about some of these things. So how do we talk about these things? How are we talking about these things? What is the story? What is your story about each one of these things? How are you talking about it? We'll look at that in a minute here, about different samples of that. And what you must learn is to extract the good feeling thoughts from all of this stuff. You want to find a perspective that's going to let you feel good. And that's doable, the creative process. empowers us to do that. Let's have a look. So the old faulty belief story, just some samples here I'll go through, things that people tell themselves. When you're telling yourself something, you can call that a story, right? And you live your stories because those are essentially your beliefs. So, you might have this belief, people never get back to me. I call and look for a communication, look for a response on things, but it seems people never get back to me. That's a story. You could live that story, but you could also live the story that says people are always very respectful and promptly return my messages, and they're very respectful. You could have that story. You could live that story. Another story, people are always late in paying. If you run a business and you find that you're always having to go after people to collect money, whether maybe you're renting apartments or something, and you have to go after people, and you're thinking, well, I always have to. Why don't people pay on time? Why do I have to go after people? That's a story. That's a belief. You could have a different story. You could tell the story. People are paying me promptly. It flows very easily and effortlessly. And you could be telling that story, and that could be your story. Maybe that is your story. And if it's not, you can change the story. And the only thing you have to realize is that when you change the story in your mind, then you just have to give time for the momentum to shift so that the story in your mind can catch up to be the physical world story. And if you understand that, then you got it made. Some other stories. I can't stand this about my spouse. So maybe you're looking at your spouse and you're seeing a characteristic they have, and that actually is going to be the reason that you keep experiencing that from them, because you are setting up your energy to connect with them in that way. But if you were to focus on the positive aspects of your spouse and ignore the things you don't like, if you have a really good connection, if you get together on really good basis, you're going to draw that thing you want out of them. But you can't draw out of them something positive when you keep focusing on something negative. Okay, so again, another story. Here's one. I've got this health condition and I can't do anything about it. Well, there's a story that we certainly learned growing up, that a lot of beliefs around health, that a lot of things happen to us and they're out of our control and that kind of thing. And that's not true at all. Health is all about what we're doing with our energy. And when we're sustaining energy, as I showed in a recent video I did, then that turns into body sensations that are uncomfortable, and then into more full-blown types of conditions. But we're behind it all. The thing behind every ailment in your body always is you, and it's the way you're processing your energy. So you can tell a different story. That's just a temporary condition. I let myself get a little bit off track. I got focused in a negative way. I've been there. I was blaming somebody else, or I was feeling life was unfair, or whatever it is. And so now I'm going to take responsibility, and I'm going to turn around that and realize I'm the creator of my reality and clean up all that energy. And then your body will absolutely go right back to its natural state of wellness. So you see, you can change any story at all. You can go down the list there and you can read through those, and they're just different things that different stories that people tell that limit them in the experience that they have, because this universe will only deliver to you on the basis of your expectation, which really goes hand in hand with what you believe, and that's the story that you tell. So we don't want to keep telling those negative stories. They look like this. They don't feel good. They don't give us what we want. Negative emotion is always going to come up in any of these stories because they're not accurate. We can poke holes. The creative process will help us poke holes through any of these stories because they're totally not accurate with the way that life is. Negative emotion tells us that they're not accurate. And then we want to start to find different stories. So I gave you a couple of ideas about how you could start telling a new story. And here's another one just for example. The car is way outside of my price range. Well, that's nonsense because we know that abundance flows to you in unlimited proportions. There's no end to it. It's absolutely unlimited. And you can receive it anytime. It's all around you, knocking on the door. You open the door, it comes in. How do you open the door? Well, you feel good. So that's the art of feeling good, finding ways to feel good about everything. And how can you feel good? Well, you do have to know. You have to have some more information. So again, keep in mind as you change your story, and in your mind you feel like this, right? You feel like the rainbow, everything is running smoothly. Your physical world's going to look like this, chaos for a little while you change the momentum. So I really want to drill that home. You've got to stay with the thought in your mind, with the reality in your mind, and if you do, it will transform your life into what it is. So how do you keep yourself focused in a way that is telling a story that you want, even though you're looking at a story that you don't like in the physical world? Well, you need a new perspective. And how do we get new perspectives? We get new information that gives us that new perspective, a perspective that shows us how the current belief, the current story is false and it's nonsense, and what is really accurate. And once we get connected with that information and we really know that it is accurate and how it really all supports us, and the creative process, again, in my book, The Book of Life, helps you to understand the creative process and how it is that life is really set up to be good for us, and we can be, do, and have anything that we want if we learn how to use our powerful thinking mind to keep it focused on those streams of good feeling thought energy. And we can do it very generally just by talking about the way that life works and who we really are. That's very general stuff that you learn from my book. And it's not talking about any kind of manifestation in particular. It's just telling you why you came here and how good you are and how good this universe is to you. And then you can start to feel differently about yourself and about life. So we want to get that perspective so we can start filling in this column over here with the new desired story. So just look at the way you're talking about anything in your life, any of those areas over here. Is it finances? Is it travel? Do you get a story that says, I like going to resorts, but every time I go to a resort, I get poor service. Things don't turn out good. This kind of thing. You can turn that all around. You can make your traveling to resorts or anywhere else all things that flow so nicely and more with satisfaction. You're looking forward to them and they're a joy. And when you're done and you're going home, you feel so satisfied. You can absolutely have that story for your life. And if you will tell it on the inside first and feel it, and really make it feel real. Tell it in a way that you can make it feel real, and you feel the knowing of it and the expectation of receiving it and the anticipation of receiving it. You can get your conviction within yourself to that level, and when you do and you hold steady there, this life that you're living is going to transform into match that, and that is the power of feel good, and that is the art of feeling good. The art of feeling good is the ability to change the way that you are thinking about something so that it's feeling good, that it feels satisfying, so that you are expecting the goodness of that aspect of your life to work out for you, and you know why. So you are going to require some new information that gives you a new perspective. There's kind of a part of the library, if you will, that we grew up and we didn't get access to it. And that's the part that tells us how life really is, why we came here, how desire is born and turns to things, the power of our mind, all of that good stuff. And once we learn that, then we're not going to read it and accept it instantly. But as we digest it and connect with it day after day after day, and we do things like those easy intentions that show us how easily and effortlessly things show up that we want, then we really start to trust the process, and then our story changes, and then our life changes. And in my Higher Vibrations Mastery group, that's a Facebook group, and it is a subscription group, starting to release in their documents, and it's called the High Vibration Thought Library. And there's several documents that pertain to different areas of life: starting your day, ways to respond, thinking about yourself, thinking about others. These documents contain new thoughts that you can use to think about those areas of your life so that your thinking is in agreement with the creative process. And they are high vibration statements and perspectives and things you can do to make sure you're focusing your mind in good feeling ways. We must get access to that high vibration library. And that's one place you can do that, and you will also get a lot of that in my book, The Book of Life. In that mastery group, there is other documents as well, and that group is really intended for people who know my books, know the material, and they want to, they want to really implement it, start to live it, put it into practice in their daily life. And a lot of the material and content in there has to do with supporting moving it out of the book and out of concepts into how do we live it, how do we make it our natural way of thinking so that we return to our natural high vibration life. So that is the art of feeling good. And you want to learn the art of feeling good. It will serve you very well. It will allow your life to manifest in all the ways that you want. And once you get those faulty beliefs displaced because you're now thinking more consistently in ways of the creative process, you'll clean up all that energy, and then things will flow for you very nicely and in a way that's very satisfying to you. So I'll leave it there for this video. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post, and have yourself a great day.